Chapter 4. First Blood. The roar rips through the air before the building even begins to crumble. Sora flinches, instinctively raising his camera, focus snapping into place. The monstrous figure of Terraquake, a villain known for his earth-manipulating abilities, stands in the middle of what used to be a bustling intersection. Buildings are cracked, cars are tossed like toys, and panic fills the air. Suzaku, ever the pragmatist, grips Sora's arm. "Come on, man. This is way above our pay grade. Let's get some clean shots from a safe distance." Sora shakes him off gently. "There are people down there, Saku. We can't just..." He trails off, fighting the familiar feeling of helplessness. He pans his camera, capturing Terraquake flexing his oversized, rock-like hands. The villain is bellowing something about injustice and corporate greed, the usual spiel. But the real story is in the faces of the people scrambling for safety. A mother clutching her child, a businessman tripping over debris, a young couple frozen in fear. That's when he sees Ren. Ren is perched precariously on a collapsing fire escape, his camera already whirring. He's close. Too close. He's practically baiting the supervillain. Sora zooms in, his gut twisting. Ren's got a manic glint in his eyes, a hunger for the perfect shot that overrides any sense of self-preservation. He's ignoring the falling debris, the terrified screams. He's only focused on Terraquake. "That idiot's going to get himself killed," Suzaku mutters, his voice tight. Sora tightens his grip on his camera. "It's not just him I am worried about." A chunk of concrete bigger than a small car breaks loose from a nearby building. It plummets towards the street, directly above a small group of civilians huddled near a damaged bus stop. Ren doesn't seem to notice. He's too busy adjusting his lens, trying to get the perfect angle of Terraquake's latest rampage. Sora feels a familiar coldness grip his heart. His sister. He sees her face superimposed on the faces below. The memory of that day, the chaos, the indifference. It all floods back with crushing force. He activates his comms. "Ren, incoming debris. Move now." No response. Ren is lost in his own world, obsessed with his craft, or perhaps his ambition. "He's not listening," Suzaku says, his voice laced with worry. "Sora, you can't..." Sora doesn't wait for him to finish. He's already moving. Dropping his backpack, he launches himself into a sprint, weaving through the panicked crowds. The Academy's parkour training kicks in, his body moving on instinct. He vaults over an overturned car, slides under a dangling power line, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He's breaking protocol. He knows it. Every fiber of his being screams at him to stop, to document, to observe. But he can't. He won't. He has to do something. The concrete slab is falling faster now, a deadly rain of dust and destruction trailing behind it. The people below are oblivious, heads down, praying for a miracle. Sora focuses. He calculates the trajectory, the distance, the timing. He can't stop the debris, he knows that. But maybe, just maybe, he can buy them a few precious seconds. He reaches the bus stop just as the concrete slab is about to hit. He yells, "Move! Now!" Some people react instantly, scrambling away from the danger zone. A few are too slow, too stunned. A little girl, clutching a worn teddy bear, stands frozen, staring up at the falling debris with wide, terrified eyes. Sora lunges forward, grabbing the girl and yanking her behind the partial cover of the bus stop. The concrete slab slams into the ground with earth-shattering force. The bus stop disintegrates. Dust and debris fill the air. Sora coughs, shielding the girl with his body. The impact sends a jolt of pain through his shoulder, but he ignores it. He checks the girl. She's crying, but otherwise unharmed. He pulls her closer, whispering, "It's okay. You're safe now." He looks up. The immediate danger is over, but the scene is a disaster. People are screaming, running. The air is thick with dust and the smell of burning metal. He glances over at Ren. The other student is still on the fire escape, camera still rolling. But the manic glint is gone. replaced by a look of stunned disbelief. Sora knows he's messed up. He's broken the cardinal rule. He's interfered. But he also knows, with a certainty that settles deep in his bones, that he would do it again. The walk back to the academy is a blur. The neon lights of Neo Tokyo seem to mock him, their vibrant colors muted by the weight of what he's done. Suzaku walks beside him, silent, his face a mask of concern. They reach the academy's imposing gates. The sleek, modern architecture stands in stark contrast to the chaos he just left behind. This place is about order, discipline, and detachment. He's just shattered all three. Kenji is waiting for him in his office. The legendary cameraman sits behind his desk, his weathered face etched with disapproval. The prosthetic arm gleams under the harsh fluorescent light. "Sora," Kenji says, his voice flat. "Report." Sora recounts the events of the day, his voice steady despite the knot of anxiety in his stomach. He tells Kenji about Terraquake, about Ren's recklessness, about the falling debris, and about the little girl. Kenji listens without interrupting, his blue eyes piercing. When Sora finishes, he leans back in his chair, steepling his fingers. "You broke protocol," he says, his voice devoid of emotion. "You interfered. You endangered yourself and others." "I saved a life," Sora counters, his voice rising slightly. "I couldn't just stand there and watch." "That is not our job," Kenji snaps, his voice hardening. "Our job is to document, to record, to provide the truth, unfiltered and unbiased, not to play hero." "But what about doing what's right?" Sora asks, his voice pleading. "What about helping people?" Kenji sighs, a weary sound that speaks of decades spent witnessing the worst of humanity. "The world is full of suffering, Sora. We can't save everyone. But we can show the world what's happening. We can hold heroes and villains accountable. That is our power. Don't squander it by trying to be something you're not." "So what? I just let people die?" Sora says, his frustration boiling over. "That's what you want me to do?" "I want you to follow the rules," Kenji says, his voice firm. "I want you to be a cameraman, a good cameraman, not some reckless vigilante." He stands up, his gaze unwavering. "You're suspended from field duty for 1 week. You will spend that time reviewing the Academy's code of conduct. Perhaps then you'll understand the importance of what we do." Sora stares at him, his heart sinking. He's failed. He's let his emotions get the better of him. He's disappointed Kenji. "Yes, sir," he says, his voice barely above a whisper. Kenji dismisses him with a curt nod. Sora turns and walks out of the office, the weight of his actions heavy on his shoulders. Yuna, POV. Yuna taps furiously at her holographic workstation, lines of code scrolling across the screen. She's trying to improve the energy-dampening filters on the new camera prototypes, but her focus is shattered. She keeps glancing at her comm, willing it to light up with a message from Sora. She heard about the incident downtown, about Terraquake's rampage, about the falling debris, and about a cameraman trainee who broke protocol to save a little girl. She knows it was Sora. A wave of anxiety washes over her. She knows how fiercely Sora believes in doing what's right. She also knows how strict the Academy is about non-interference. She tries to contact him, but his comm is offline. She bites her lip, her worry intensifying. She glances at the half-finished prototype on her workbench. It's a small, lightweight drone equipped with advanced thermal sensors and a miniature medkit. Her dream is to create technology that can help cameramen save lives without breaking the rules, a way to intervene without interfering. But it's not ready yet. And Sora is out there, facing the consequences of his actions. She slams her fist on the workbench, frustration and helplessness warring within her. She wants to help him. She wants to tell him that he did the right thing. But she can't. She's stuck here, in her lab, tinkering with technology that might one day make a difference. But right now, it's not enough. She closes her eyes, sending a silent message into the digital void. "Be safe, Sora. Sora POV. Sora sits alone in his dorm room, staring at the Academy's code of conduct. The words blur before his eyes. He can't concentrate. He keeps replaying the events of the day in his mind, the falling debris, the terrified faces, the little girl. He knows Kenji is right. He broke the rules. He endangered himself and others. But he can't shake the feeling that he did the right thing. He picks up his camera, turning it over in his hands. This is his weapon. This is his tool. This is how he can make a difference. But what if the rules prevent him from using it to its full potential? What if the Academy's rigid code of conduct is actually hindering justice, rather than promoting it? He sighs, running a hand through his messy black hair. He doesn't have the answers. All he knows is that he can't reconcile his desire to help with his responsibility to remain objective. He needs to find a way. His comm beeps. It's a message from an unknown sender. Curious and eager for a distraction, he opens it. It's a file, a hidden file, labeled simply Ren_incident_reports. He hesitates, then clicks on it. The file contains a series of incident reports filed by Ren, detailing various hero-villain battles he's documented. But as Sora scrolls through them, he notices something disturbing. The reports are edited. In one report, Ren claims that a hero caused unnecessary collateral damage while apprehending a villain. But the accompanying footage shows a different story. The hero acted decisively and efficiently, minimizing the damage. In another report, Ren exaggerates the extent of a villain's crimes, portraying him as a far greater threat than he actually was. The footage again tells a different story. Sora feels a surge of anger. Ren isn't just reckless, he's manipulative. He's deliberately twisting the truth to fit his own agenda. He scrolls further down, finding a recent report on the Terraquake incident. He reads Ren's account of the falling debris, his own intervention, and the little girl. Ren paints Sora as a reckless idiot, a glory-seeking fool who endangered innocent lives for a cheap thrill. He even suggests that Sora deliberately staged the incident to make himself look like a hero. Sora clenches his fists, his anger reaching a boiling point. This isn't just about breaking the rules. This is about integrity. This is about the truth. He knows what he has to do. He has to expose Ren. He has to show the Academy what kind of person he really is. But how? Ren is a star student, a favorite of the instructors. No one will believe Sora, a disgraced trainee who just broke the cardinal rule. He needs proof, hard evidence. He looks at the hidden file on his comm. It's a start, but it's not enough. He needs to find more. He needs to dig deeper. He's going to uncover the truth no matter the cost. And Ren, he decides, is going to pay for what he's done.